currently in sports. And let's zoom into the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yes. It turns out that they have reached an agreement with Emmanuel Ajumambedu for his signature on a free transfer. However, the 31-year-old is expected to rejoin the Porcupines on a 1-year contract in the coming weeks. Very interesting story over there. But moving on to other stories that is also coming up. Well, we all know of the newly promoted side in Stuart Sermon FC. Yes, they have a new coach, and guess who it is? Mohamed Gago. Yes, and he said that he has been waiting actually for such an opportunity to manage the club. Very interesting. But Gago has signed a 3-year deal with the club taking over from Boniface as the team's head coach. According to the former midfielder, the challenge of coaching in the Premier League is one he has always anticipated and did not hesitate to take up the role of leading in Swartreman FC. So, we are hoping to see the best from Swartreman FC next season, because, this newly promoted side have really, proven themselves to be capable. And with getting this newly head coach also is going to be something of we should really expect. Now, moving on, Buakosusu Bribri SC secured promotion to the Division 1 League after defeating Port City FC 3-2 on penalties in the Eastern Regional Division 2 Medal League playoffs at the Esum Presby Park yesterday. The match failed to produce a winner in regulation time as both teams displayed defensive prowess to keep the match at 1-1 after 90 minutes. So currently, Buakwa Susubribri SC has been promoted to the Division 1 League. Very interesting. Now let's do some women's league, and as I'm speaking right now, the Northern Zone will feature 2 new additions come next season, with Kandi Soccer Academy and Tamale Super Ladies FC gaining promotion to play in the Elite Women's League following their exploits in the just ended Zonal Championship. The Southern Zone isn't left out of the fun and excitement as Rich City FC and the Siam Socrates have gained promotion to play in the National Women's Premier League come next season 2022-23, representing the Southern Zone. Now let's wrap up with some trends that is going about in the transfer window when it comes to the European side. And Pep Guardiola has thanked Alexander Zinchenko for his contribution to Manchester City as he prepares to complete his €32 million transfer to Arsenal. The Ukrainian is set to make the big money move to the Emirates Sports Stadium after 6 years at Manchester City, during which he won about 4 Premier League titles, 4 Carabao Cups, and 1 FA Cup. Zinchenko contributed to some vital moments during his time at the club, however, including on the final day of last season, where he grabbed an assist against Aston Villa as Manchester City came from behind to win and lift the title. So this is where we end the trends today on Sports Drive. However, the show has just begun. We're going for a quick 10. When we come back, I have my analyst in-house for us to talk more about all that has been trending. Like I told you earlier, Manchester's, they are trending. Like I made mention earlier of Zinchenko going to Arsenal. Manchester City preseason games have also kicked off, and so far so good. They are winning. So these and more we will be discussing. So stay with us as we go for this quick break. When we come back, we will talk.
My name is Dr. Andrew Akutu. I'm the Managing Director of Hstv Funeral Homes. Hstv Funeral Homes was established to provide modern, state-of-the-art and comprehensive funeral services. If a family lost a loved one, everything became a do-it-yourself affair. But Hstv Funeral Homes was established so that everything that has to do with the funeral, from the time a person dies until they are buried, can all be done and made available in one place. And at all time, to emphasize the importance of treating the body of the deceased with the utmost respect and dignity. Hstv Funeral Homes provides any and all services that have to do with funerals. Hstv Funeral Homes will recover the body from wherever the death occurred, embalm the body using the most modern techniques. We will keep the body or store the body in our state-of-the-art refrigeration system for as long as the family desires. Nearer the time of the funeral, we will prepare and dress the body up for the funeral. We provide transportation, namely ambulances and hearses, to convey the body from one place to the other as the family may wish. We also provide on our premises the services of an interdenominational chapel where the services can be conducted. We also have the only modern crematory in Ghana at the moment, which services not only Ghana but also Côte d'Ivoire. We also have a cemetery, one of the only two privately managed cemeteries in Accra at the moment. All it takes, literally, is one telephone call and perhaps 2 visits to our premises for everything to do with the funeral to be arranged for. There are several funeral plans on the market. Most of them are based on the premise that when the insured person passes away, the insurance company will pay an agreed sum of money to the bereaved family. Often enough, the sum paid to the family may not be sufficient to cover the basic needs the family requires. That is where the Prudential Dignity Plan comes into its own and is significantly different, because what the Prudential Dignity Plan ensures are the services that will be required, so that it does not matter whether 5 years or 10 years after the insurance was taken, those services will be provided regardless of the fact that the costs may have gone up. Once you are insured, your services are covered. It doesn't matter how long before the death occurs.
Dignity Farewell Plan from Prudential Life Insurance, in partnership with Hstv Funeral Homes, is providing families with over a decade of experience and peace of mind when it comes to saying goodbye to your loved ones. To find out more or to sign up to the Dignity Farewell Plan, contact us today.
Welcome back, and this is still Sports Drive live here on your screens. My name is Precious Azuma once again, and before we went for that quick break, I made mention of bringing in my analyst or being prepared to discuss about the trending issue that is going about currently. I'm talking about the Manchesters. But before we come to the Manchesters, trending currently. Okay, still with the Manchesters because Zinchenko is moving to Arsenal. What impact is he going to make? What impact do you think that he will bring on board to the Arsenal, team? As Gabriel Jesus, we know, is doing fantastically well. As he moved from Manchester City. Others are moving, but what impacts really are they making there? And what should we watch out for? These are more we will be discussing. Now, having house, Patrick Elwisi. I got it right today. Patrick Elwisi from Asempa FM. Then I have Eugene Dankwa also from Atenka.
Oh, not Atenka, please. Not Atenka. I'm here, Juice.
Juice said Atenka.
No, not Atenka.
Where they now?
You are not going there yet.
Anyways, gentlemen, how have your week been so far?
It is going well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we're managing.
Well,
as it stands, everybody is managing.
You are managing.
Everybody in the country, including the president himself.
He's managing.
Yeah, everybody.
You are also managing.
The president is managing the country, not himself, because he's okay, but he's managing the country.
So that's what we are talking
he's
about.
He's managing all of us. So personally, I'm good. But there's one thing I saw one thing today, and I think it's something we should really look at because. And then on I say one shall be social media be Banama. I saw a young kid, smoking a woofy because I show social media phones on the idea. So it looks like she was also trying to see. And mostly children learn from their peers more than they learn from the adults because the peer officer that is the norm. So our parents should really look at our children very well. I mean, but because they are being disadvantaged in the society.
So, gentlemen, let's talk about Zinchenko. His move to Arsenal. What impact do you think that he would really bring on board to the Arsenal team currently?
Should Patrick go? Patrick is
Patrick
is down now. So.
Patrick.
All right, so I should say that Mikel Arteta is doing something very wonderful this particular transfer window, and then I think whatever or whoever is inspiring him to buy certain players is really on point. Looking at taking on Gabriel Jesus from Man City in the first place and now coming with Zinchenko, who can give you more than one option. He can defend and also play as a midfielder. So it means that they really mean business. And you know that Arteta has studied under Pep Guardiola before, and the kind of game they play is similar. The way they play their football, attacking football. So I think Gabriel Jesus got to know that it was that kind of style, and then Zinchenko also feels that it is really going to help. So I think that with Mikel Arteta bringing in Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus from Man City to help him out, I think they are really on course and they are doing very great in the transfer market. Zinchenko, a good player, we've seen him so many times. The only problem is that he loves to cry so much, but I think this time around, but I think it's a good move for Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, and the whole Arsenal team in a whole. So they've done well on that. Yeah.
So Eugene.
Well, talking about Zinchenko at Manchester City. He has not been a regular starter for Manchester City.
Okay.
He's always played when there's an injury or when there's a problem with the first 11. And he being played in Manchester City has never disappointed the coach. Anytime he comes on, he adds a quality to the side. Most of the time, Pep Guardiola likes to use him as a decoy to distract a lot of players on the pitch, and mostly he attracts defenders to himself to give room for other players to have the opportunity to go about at the flanks and the likes of the Sterling and other stuffs. But one thing is, it looks like now the Premier League, they've intentionally they want to deplete the Manchester City team because Chelsea is going for Sterling and then. But Zinchenko adding up to Arsenal today. Manchester or about Manopa because in some so Arsenal getting Zinchenko is going to be a very great addition onto their team because, as Patrick said, the guy can give you two options. Either he can play as a midfielder and come and play as a left back, as we saw from Manchester City. At Manchester City, most of the times he comes into the midfield, he plays as inverted fullback, and he add a lot to the side. So coming to Arsenal, I mean, trying to build a team from the scratch with Arteta. That's what Arsenal is trying to do, and getting Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City, who has been tried and tested at Manchester City, and getting Zinchenko, who has been in the Premier League for like I think more than 2 seasons. He knows the Premier League, he knows the terrain, and playing against Arteta, the style of play from between Arteta and then Pep Guardiola is not that much. They are similar because he studied under how you call it, Pep Guardiola. So he being into the Arsenal team, I think it's going to be a good deal for him, and he know how to crosses, he know how to hold on ball, and he's very young, but he's not afraid of pressure. Whenever there's a pressure, he's not afraid. He's able to control. I mean, a certain moment whenever there's a pressure. So it's a good addition for the Arsenal team. So, and the gaps to Arteta.
So now looking at the signings of Mikel Arteta, should we say they are really we should watch out for them, or are they trying to send out a signal that they are really prepared for next season?
With Arsenal?
Yes. Looking at their signings so far.
Arsenal don't mean any news. Oh, don't mean over. Before I forget, let me do this. Henry, he said he's watching from Star Life. He said he worked at Star Life. Henry, so big up himself from Star Life, and he said there's shout out to one lady called Mansuratu Yusuf of Ebrimampon Hospital. She's a lab technician. If I don't get the name, please forgive me. Anyway, so Arsenal more issue no. Any new say they are performing at pre-season. So far, their star man right now is Gabriel Jesus. He has come in and he's scoring goals for Arsenal. This is a pre-season. Yes, pre-season actually prepares you to face the season itself. But about pre-season, that's about Premier League, that's German said, Uncle, yeah. But because in the likes of the times under Arsene Wenger, we saw Arsenal in pre-season. They were doing well. They were not, having difficulties. We saw Arsenal under Unai Emery, where we thought that there's something going to happen in there, but after we started the league, you see that things were not really working there. But playing pre-season and the results they are getting, it gives them that kind of momentum. Okay. It gives them that kind of encouragement. It gives them some kind of motivation they can use to play in the Premier League. You get it, because they are gathering momentum from the teams that they are playing against, and moreover. Gabriel Jesus just came in. He just came. Zinchenko is coming. They've added some new squad to the team. Thomas Partey, because of injury worries here and there, so he's now. Adding up. So they want to. Have that kind of compact in the team. They want to have that kind of flair, that cohesion in the team. So if all of them come together and then they perform well, it would be nice to see a competition in the top 4. I'm not saying they will be in the top 4, but it would be nice to see, a competition in the top 4, because Arsenal want to make a statement in the Premier League. So, well, we are looking out for Arsenal with the additions that they are getting in the team.
Patrick?
I think that if Eddie is saying that Arsenal or not, what they are doing is not news, I don't side with him, because with the signings they are doing, it clearly shows that Mikel Arteta means business. Because going in for Gabriel Jesus, we've seen Gabriel Jesus play in the English Premier League, and we know his quality. So if you add up Gabriel Jesus, you have Odegaard, you have Thomas Partey, you bring in Zinchenko. It means that if you're not really going to do anything at all, you are really going to fight for a top 4 spot going into the season. So I think that with whatever Mikel Arteta is doing, every signing he's doing, he knows why he's doing them, and it's really going to help him out. Because going to a team like Man City and picking 2 players from there to your team to help you out means that there's a need for him to pull up certain surprise next season.
He shouldn't forget. So Arsenal went for Aubameyang. he saw what's happening.
But let's see what happens next season. However, now let's move to let's talk about Lewandowski now at Barcelona. He pulled everybody. Okay, he pulled me by surprise by moving to Barcelona, because I wasn't expecting him to move. I said Sadio Mane call I don't know, but I wasn't expecting him to move. Now that Sadio Mane is there, I was expecting them to work hand in hand, because together I saw like Bayern Munich big. But now that he's no more there, he's at Barcelona now. What do you think brought up that decision, and Why that surprise?
Well, coming to Barca, I want to link this Barca to. I mean, you are going to take some shadows here and there, but Barca getting Lewandowski, I think it's not something that we should be much surprised about, because Lewandowski himself wanted to play for Barcelona, and he was also forced to move to Barcelona. So it wasn't that. I mean, Bayern Munich actually needed the striker, because at the moment, as at now, I don't know any striker that Bayern Munich is going to get to replace Lewandowski at the moment, because all the strikers you can mention, they are all playing in different teams. You can talk of Harry Kane, Tottenham, he's playing.
But regardless of all these, they're really doing good in the preseason games.
That is Bayern Munich.
Yes.
No, you cannot take that one from Bayern Munich. No matter what, Bayern is always Bayern, because they always know their way out. You get it? So Lewandowski himself was pushing for Barcelona. He wanted to go to Barcelona. And see, the money Bayern was even requesting was not even ready. And it was like math negotiation. They just have to agree on personal terms and everything. And Barca is not going to pay the money at once. They are going to pay it in installments. So it was he who wanted to move to Barcelona, but it's not Bayern who wanted to offer Lewandowski to Barca. It's the same thing they want to do with Jules Koundé at Sevilla. The same thing they did with how do you call it, Rafinha at Leeds United. They won't pay, because now they don't have the money to pay that kind of money. The main reason why now, right at the moment, they want to give what's the name, this midfielder that Manchester United wants, De Jong. The main reason why they want De Jong to go, the main reason why they want Memphis Depay to go, is because now they want to, because of they are lacking money. They are in debt. They have to pay some money here and there. So they want to offload some players from the team so that they can get, I mean, some people off the wage bill. You see, now De Jong at Barcelona right now is taking a huge sum of money because of the contract he signed, and the contract is a progressive contract. And in every year, the amount of money he's going to receive a year is going to increase. Now, this player is going to take like 17 million a year, and you have some players in now. You want to, I mean, take De Jong off so that you can use that money to pay other players. Because Lewandowski can come and say, I want to take 7 million, for Rafinha I want to take 6 million. So they at the moment, Barcelona want to, I mean, offload some players so that they can get space for their budget. And De Jong also doesn't want to go, because now it's like, you're not treating me fairly. I'm under contract. I can choose to go or not to go. That one depends on De Jong and what he wants to do. But Barca want to offer him out. So getting Lewandowski, Rafinha, and now they want to, I mean, chase Jules Koundé at Sevilla. Although their money is not ready. With their contract, I mean, the negotiations, or as they want to go for Jules Koundé at Sevilla, is by math. They are not ready with the money yet, because they don't have the money. But they are trying any means possible to get the player. Why? Because they assume that if they get him, they are going to offload some players off the team so that they can get space for these players. Because if some players don't go out in the person of De Jong or Memphis Depay, there's no way they can be able to register Rafinha. There's no way they can register some of the players, including Lewandowski himself. So they have to do this so that they can get space for this thing. So personally, I think Lewandowski going there, it's a good move for him, and it's going to be. But if you look at their squad in front at the moment, getting Rafinha, Lewandowski, getting Aubameyang, having Memphis Depay, who is he is there at the moment, getting Ansu Fati, he's also there. Like, the attack of Barcelona now is very sharp. So it's up to them to know how they are going to use this player, because you can have all the best players, but the other time you were talking about how to use them. You get it. To get the best players is also different from how to use them. Same thing that is happening as PSG. They had the best players, but they couldn't win the Champions League.
Okay, so it's a great move on
it's
the
a good
side
move
of
for him,
Lewandowski. Anyway. Patrick, you're not saying anything.
Yeah, I'm not coming on Lewandowski. I'm not coming on him because you see, he's one player that, without a shadow of doubt, Bayern Munich cannot say they've not lost their quality. Looking at his impact in their team in the last years that he's played for them, he's been phenomenal for them, and I think that they are going to miss him, even though they can fill the gap, but they are going to miss Robert Lewandowski. Moving to Barcelona wasn't surprising, because before the Champions League ended, he came out with a statement that it was the last season he was playing with the team. So we were all looking at it that he was going to move at the end of the season. But Barcelona was the first team that he himself chose that he wanted to play for. So coming to FC Barcelona from Bayern Munich is not a bad move for him, and he's really going to help the attacking of Barcelona this time around. And I think that with Frankie de Jong, it's not a matter of Barcelona wanting to offload him. Looking at the list of players that Barcelona listed that they want to offload, De Jong wasn't part of them. The point is, financial difficulty is coming in for them, as we all know. But the point is, if they get the means to offload this Braithwaite and the other few players who are Samuel Umtiti and stuff, I think they can keep on with Frankie de Jong to help the team also move forward. Because in the first place, the boy wants to play Champions League, not the Europa League. Okay. You understand? So clearly, it's not a bad move for them. And then I think that going forward, FC Barcelona can pull a lot of surprises. But Rafinha should just calm down. He has started saying a lot of things that they are better than Real Madrid and stuff. He's not yet there. He's a Brazilian, right? Yeah, Brazilians are always like that. So even Xavi and Iniesta weren't able to say that Barcelona was better than Real Madrid in their time. So we should just relax and then let's see what happens. So Lewandowski joining Barcelona.
It's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal at all.
Okay.
It's only going to happen because we are now going to see the best striker between Lewandowski and Karim Benzema this particular season.
With what he's saying now.
Let me address this before I come to you. If you want to send me your messages, instead of calling the number on your screens, please text me your message. You can't call it because if you call the number, I can't pick it here. It's actually our WhatsApp line. I can't pick it. So we'll be grateful enough if you would send your message so that we can read it out to make the conversation more interactive and very interesting. So let me come back to you.
In adding up with what Patrick was saying. See now, if you talk about the Barcelona attackers right now, you have someone like we have Dembele as an attacker. You have Lewandowski as an attacker or a striker. We have Aubameyang as a striker. We have Ferran Torres as another winger here and there. See, now I don't know how Xavi wants to shape up his team because a player like Dembele wanted to move from Barcelona, but they negotiated with him, they convinced him to stay. Now you have Dembele who plays as a wide winger on the right. You have Ferran Torres who can do the same work. And now we have Aubameyang who can play as a striker and also play as a right winger or a left winger. And we have Lewandowski as a striker. So now you have two strikers in your team in the person of Aubameyang and also Lewandowski. And now you are getting Dembele and also you are getting Ferran Torres behind the ring. So now who are you going to start? Who are you going to bench? If Barcelona keep in mind that okay, we are going to start Ferran Torres or we are going to start Aubameyang between the flanks and then Lewandowski leading the attacker, I don't think Dembele will be very happy at the club because of what because of the convincing they did to him for him to stay. Because Chelsea wanted to get him, they didn't allow him to go. Other teams wanted to get him, they didn't allow him to go. So now I don't know how Xavi is going to shape up because now he has a lot of attackers. So if Dembele is going to be at the bench, that is going to be a worry for Dembele. Because now if you choose to start because Barca is used to playing the 4-3-3. If you choose to start Lewandowski at the moment, maybe you want to play Aubameyang from the right or from the left. Ferran Torres also can play from the same flanks. Maybe you want to start any of them. That means Dembele is going to be at the bench. And if you decide to keep Aubameyang out, who is a prolific striker, whom even took a pay cut or terminated his contract at Arsenal to come to Barcelona. You get it? And then he's not also going to get a starting lineup because you want to play Dembele. It's going to be an issue there. It's something I want to know how Xavi is going to deal with this kind of attackers and the players he has got into the team.
Okay, with what Eddie is saying.
Okay.
If Barcelona is coming from the ground, let me say they are down now. They are now coming to pick up. So getting in all these attackers and the strikers, I think is going to keep them up. Okay. They are going to be on their toes. If Lewandowski is starting, we are going to play Copa del Rey, the La Liga, the Champions League as well. So we have 3 major tournaments that they are going to play. So I think it's not a bad deal for all these players to be there. They are going to be up and doing. If Lewandowski is pulling, I think one of the men is also giving the opportunity. He would also love to prove. What I see Xavi doing is that he wants them to understand that anybody that has been bought or brought to the club has a duty. So when you are called upon, you have to deliver. So I don't think it's really going to affect anyone in any way.
And that's the problem. Because
I don't see any problem.
Do you know why?
Because in football we know there can be injuries. You understand? So that one should also be think about. if Lewandowski is injured now, I think Aubameyang can replace him.
Okay.
And when we go to the wing side, we have Rafinha who can play from that side. If he's injured, Ferran Torres can play. You have Ousmane Dembele who can play. So I think having the quality, much quality in the team is not really a problem that Xavi doesn't know how to go about. He knows why he's bringing them all on board, because it's football, and any moment, anytime, anything can happen. So I'm looking forward for all of them to be happy at the club and make sure that they keep their Barcelona team going.
What I'm trying to say is, you see, for example, he's talking about a player getting injured and one will come and replace him. Yes, it's good that I mean someone, you need to get back up for certain positions. But here's the case. Dembele is a starter. He doesn't want to be at the bench. Rafinha at Leeds United was the star man at Leeds United. He wants to start. Ferran Torres wants to start. Aubameyang wants to start. Lewandowski wants to start. So, for example, we can play a
Is it that he is saying they want to start?
No, they are.
Or the coach is saying you have.
No, it's not the coach. That's what he said. So this is the issue. I decide who is going to start.
Yes.
And I am there. Why did you get me there? Rafinha was at least, he was a starter. So now you decide to play Rafinha at the bench and start how do you call it, Dembele. Here's the case. This is a star man at and one thing is also.
Are you comparing Leeds United to Barcelona?
No, I'm not comparing.
No, I'm got a point is that he opted to join Barcelona.
Yes,
because Chelsea wanted you.
Here's the thing.
And you opted to join FC Barcelona.
This is what you are not looking at. Here's the thing. Rafinha at Leeds United was the star man. Every star man wants to start every game. You get it? Every star man in the team wants to start every game. Aubameyang at Arsenal, because of issues they got, he always wants to start a game. Lewandowski always wants to start a game. You have Dembele, whom wanted to leave.
You are talking about Ousmane Dembele,
to start. So here's the case.
Whose season cannot be assured because of injury.
Then why did you sign him? If
You know that at a point in time he can be injured. When you are talking about all these players,
so why did you get Rafinha? Why did you get Ferran Torres?
Are we playing one tournament?
The attacking is going to be an issue in there.
At the end of the day, it's the coach that decides who to play.
So if you play a whole season and nobody gets injured, and let's say Rafinha is the one playing, Dembele is sitting.
A player cannot.
There's the whole season a player.
If you use a set of player for all the season.
See, you are not looking at this.
No, stress can set in.
We are here to see what's
fatigue
going
can
to happen.
set in.
Because you're analyzing. You see, we are here to see what's going to happen. Because, for example, someone like Aubameyang can say, oh, I don't want to play Copa del Rey. I want to Copa del Rey. I want to play in the Champions League. And Champions League comes up and I'm not selected.
That one is not. It is not a matter of you, the player, saying it.
That's the coach. But I'm talking about how the player is going to play.
Christian Pulisic.
No. Christian Pulisic at Chelsea is not happy because he's not getting playing time. He was Ziyech at the moment is not happy because
when other players are playing, they are proving.
So he is not happy.
You are not happy. If you're not happy, you go.
That's the thing. So how that if I wanted to go, but you convinced me to be there.
You don't know the kind of system.
Here's the thing. No.
Xavi is going to play this season.
Is 4-3-3. That's the tiki-taka.
That is what you are thinking now.
No, that's how they play. That Barcelona has been playing the 4-3-3 since.
Every signing Barcelona is making is going to be useful. That is the truth. From my angle, every player Barcelona is bringing on board is going to be very useful going into the season.
I'm not saying they're not going to be useful.
No, if one is playing 45 minutes, and that comes in around 16 minutes, there's no problem. We are still playing for
Will you be happy that
what is you be happy?
A player like the
will you get every player on the pitch to play
60th minutes? No. He's not a backup.
No.
Dembele is not a backup. No. Ferran Torres is not a backup. Rafinha is not a backup.
At the end of the day,
Ousmane Dembele last season, how many games did he play? So with the injury, we'll leave him to go.
At the end of the day, I think it's the coach that decides.
Yes.
That's what I said. You the player
I get that point.
You can
that
be
the
Ronaldo,
coach,
you can be Messi, but the coach decides to play you.
I get it. The coach decides to play. Now, I've selected my teams to play. Good. How do you want me a player like Rafinha, a player like, for example, Frank Kessie, a player like Lewandowski? You have selected your players, and I'm here. I'm also a star. I'm not just any player. I'm not an average player. That's what I want you to understand. Rafinha is not an average player.
Barcelona is never going into the market to get an average player. That is the truth.
So that means
that everybody who is coming to the league and they are going to play the league itself. And these two players, if are you telling me that Ousmane Dembele and Ferran Torres can play the whole season?
I'm not saying they can do the whole season.
So it means that some will go and some will come.
A player wouldn't start.
No, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me Arsenal. Barcelona went for
Rafinha. We have some messages right now. Let me read it before we continue with the discussion. Okay, this one is saying Lewandowski will score more goals than Benzema, and Muda from Iran will start ahead of Ansu Fati. Okay, very interesting. I'll ask him for you. Okay, and Silvanos, if I'm correct, from Malam Junction. Barcelona get the new sponsorship, Spotify, and the La Liga TV rights they sold. Okay, very interesting. Another one also coming